Hi, my name is Essence. Of course, I'm the only Essence in Kannapolis, probably. Maybe even the oldest, or whatever you name it. I'm gonna tell you the story about my life. So, I'll start out like this. When I was in elementary school, I always felt out of place. Just different. Um, I was probably the only mixed kid in school, probably. Majority of everybody was either black or white or Latino. Um, Possibly teacher said I was different. I'm not saying special different. I'm just like not special ed or like anything, but probably just different, like in a good way. The downfall of that was that I had to go through tragedies. I was bullied out the elementary school. It was really hard, but I had an extended. When you're young, you have a extended amount of imagination. Like I used to draw mainly Powerpuff Girls, but it was just my way of escaping the problems, the issues. It was easier to ignore them. When I started KIS, Kannapolis Intermediate School, it was a different form of me. It kind of brought out trying to figure out who I was, figure out who I was going to hang out with. But, all that doesn't matter till you get to high school. But in KIS, it was like different. Very different. It was difficult. When I was in 5th grade, it was like, oh, everybody's cussing and stuff, so I thought maybe I should do it too just to fit in. Not a good idea now. I became the worst potty mouth in the world. Really. Honestly, I got it honestly, because my parents used to do it. Well, when I was in 6th grade, it was even harder. Some things I just wouldn't admit to. Like, I still won't admit to it to this day, but when I finally told someone, it made me feel better after a while, but back then it was like, who would believe me? I just went through a lot. So, me and my mom had problems too, but we're okay now. We're good. I live with my grandmother and my dad and my uncle now. I've been living here since I was in 7th grade. It's great. I have people that care. Not that I'm saying my mom doesn't care. I love her. But we love each other in different households, although I would love to live with her again. So, start middle school. Interesting. I meet the first guy I ever fell in love with. It was great. I mean, when we broke up, it was really hard, but I'm actually glad that we broke up, not in like a bad way or anything, because it kind of surfaced a lot of issues I was going through in my childhood. So in 8th grade, I started seeing a psychiatrist. I was actually on medication for a while until about the 9th grade. They took me off on it about last year, I say, because they thought I was doing better. But who knows? So 8th grade, I met the second love of my life. It was very, very difficult. I felt like I was harassed by so many people just because the guy who I was dating felt like I was just alone, and the only person that was there for me was my best friend, Faith, and she's still here. We're still here for each other to this day. I mean, my first love was Devin, but my second love was John, but just to say, dating both of them weren't easy for me. No matter how much Devin really hurt me, like, we're still friends. And I still care. Can't say I don't. But John, he was like the first guy I ever opened up to. Literally. But it was okay after a while. Even when we broke up, even though we had problems, even though we hated each other, it was fine because at the end of the day, everything was okay. In 9th grade, it's kind of depressing. High school started. Me and John just broke up. Kind of hard trying to figure out who's going to be there for you and stuff. Over time, it's kind of like I lost myself in a way. I lost sense of who I was. I stopped doing the things I loved doing. I really didn't want to sing anymore. I didn't want to write my music. I didn't even want to write songs or poems or whatever. I just stopped because I wanted to find myself, and I was so lost. I just didn't know what to do. Yeah. In 10th grade. 10th was okay. I actually kind of liked 10th grade. Despite one thing, but I'll get to that later. I made decent grades. I was actually doing better in school. I kind of was on track of who I was again, and loving who I was, and knowing who my friends were, sort of, in a way. I mean, yeah, even though Faith and I lost touch in 10th grade and a little bit in 9th grade, we always came back friends again, but it was okay. I love her. Heart. Yeah. And my phone's like ringing in the background. It's like, "Ba-da." So yeah. At the end of 10th grade, it was really hard. My ex died. He committed suicide, and it was really hard. But a week before that, I kind of knew. So it brought a lot of emotion out when he died, because it's like I knew something, and it's like I didn't know what to do. And I even faced problems with one of his family members. It was a misunderstanding, and I still don't know what to do. It's like I'm getting harassed for someone who's never coming back. Just can't help for who I am. I can't help that I'm nice, and I just can't help who I am, because that was my issue. I was trying to pretend that I was some strong-minded person that knew everything, and I don't know everything. I am a strong person physically and mentally, but not emotionally. I am very sensitive. I'm very, very sensitive. I just don't know how to cope with a lot of things. Death is definitely not one of it, and breakups is not one either. I hate changes unless I want to make them. Mostly. So now we're in 11th grade now. And let's just say it's not easy. I'm not really struggling in school, but I'm trying to keep a balance of my social life and school life and family life, but it's definitely not easy. I get lonely at times, really. Really, really lonely. Trying to figure out who I am now after he died. It's like, what I've learned, people in Kannapolis, they don't care. They don't want to understand. They just set their ways and expect everybody to get used to it. No one's considerate of other people's feelings at all. And I've kind of gotten used to that. But you never know what a person has went through or is going through. And I know a lot of people say that, but it's true. I guess it's kind of like have a gap in my life that I've just been trying to fill since a lot of stuff has happened. I wish I could tell you, but it's kind of hard to, really. I know people may find me as a depressing girl, but it's not my fault. I try to be happy. I really do. But people just don't make it easy for me. They want to do things a difficult way. and talk about me constantly, about how I look, how I dress, how I do things. And I'm not going to pretend like I don't care, because I do. Because words do hurt. Yeah. So I'm gonna end by saying this. I know who I am. I know everything that has bad happened to me or good has made me who I am. I am Essence Russian Dixon. I am a girl who hopes to be happy. Ever since I was a little girl, that's all I wanted was happiness. I never dreamed of being a princess or want to be a doctor or a teacher. All I wanted was happiness. And I really hope to get that one day.